Okay, all right. All right, man, here we go. This is the G3SN Sports News broadcast, and I'm your host, Ice G3X. We're going to be bringing you some hot takes, the latest sports news, some crazy reacts, and a whole lot more, man. So, hey, get comfortable. Be ready to, you know what I'm saying, put your 2 cents in, because you know I'm going to put my 2 cents in. You know how this goes. You already know how this goes. So let me get this together real quick. Hold on. You see what's going on? You see exactly what is going on, man. Game 1 of the finals was one for the books, nigga. Did you see the game or did you see the game? Okay. I like I said last stream, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a complete beam with y'all. I was one of them. Oh, this series ain't gonna be yada yada yada. This ain't gonna be that. They're not gonna be able to. It's OKC and the Pacers. Nah, brother. Nah, brother. Had my toes curled on the edge of the couch the whole game. Pause. But man, it was one heck of a freaking game. Let me tell you that much. If you didn't see it, man. If you didn't see it, we're getting ready to watch it together right now. But before we do that, man, we got to look at some stats. We got to look at some stats real quick, just so you can understand what you're getting ready to watch. What the Halliburton tank is absolutely right. Yes. Call that man Hallie Buckets from now on, okay? You heard it here first. Hallie Buckets. All right? Tell all your friends about that. Tell your friends about that. But listen, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. You know what we do here. Hold on. Let me get a drink because I'm parched and we got a lot to get through. Okay. Thank you. All right. So first off, 1-point victory. 111 to 110. And it didn't look that way for the majority of the game. You know what I mean? I think at one point OKC might have been up about 15, 16, Al Akbar, good Lord. About 15, 16. And I'm not gonna hold you. My attention is just shifted to the conversation that was in the room. You know what I'm saying? Watching the game with the homies, we got the yapping and shit. And I'm like, oh, they down 20. They down 20, they down 15. This one might be over. They in OKC. Shea is going crazy. All this yap. No. This Pacers team is absolutely legit. Let's look at this. You remember when I told y'all last stream, the numbers are all down, okay? How many players do we see right now in double digits? Count them up. I know you're watching. Count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One on the bench. Look at this shit right here. Look at this. Can you see this? I hope you can see this. This says Obi Toppin went 5 for 8 from 3. Probably nothing you can do about that. Okay. Obi Toppin's supposed to be a high flyer. He knocking down buckets, getting 17 points on you. Game 1 in the finals on your home court. And I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but you can see what's going on, man. The Pacers, I mean, the definition of literally never give up, like literally never quit, bro. Let's look at the Thunder real quick. And then we're going to actually get to the game. The Thunder, and there's a couple things we're going to highlight about these stats too, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself. But the Thunder, they had this game in the bag, bro. I mean, if you could talk about losing a game, like just literally fumbling a game 1, this is what they did. This is exactly what they did. Okay. Let's look at the numbers, man. Shai Gilgeous went off for 38. This might have been his first game 1 finals ever. Am I correct saying that? We'll look that up later. Don't fact check me on this show. We speak from the heart. All right. Just know that. But 38, I mean, what a way to start the series off. What a way to unveil the new shoe. There was so much going on in this game. I mean, entertaining, like it was entertaining to say the least, bro. Like there was so many things that you could watch and you could like pinpoint at like while you're looking at this game, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, Shai had 38. He went absolutely ballistics on the offensive side of the ball, man. Cason Wallace didn't do too much, had 6. Jalen Williams had 17, but obviously they needed him to get 2 more. If you're gonna be Robin to Shai Gilgeous' Batman or A to or B to A, however you want to say it, you might have to do a little bit more than that, my boy. And I'm gonna come completely clean with y'all. I was popping that Chet Holmgren shit all last week. We was watching the game, and I said, bro, bet, watch. We look at Chet Holmgren stats. He gonna do X, Y, Z. He gonna do this. It's not the first time I've been wrong. It won't be the last. I was absolutely wrong, okay? 6 points, 6 rebounds, and complete ass all down the rest of the stat line. Chet Holmgren, where was you at, my boy? Where were you at? Because you wasn't at the game. Gosh, you were not at the game. All right, man. But now you can kind of see what's going on. And like I said, if we looked at the Pacers stats, it's a full team effort. The OKC Bomber, absolutely. Oh, my goodness. Hallie Buckets, oh, my goodness. I mean, it's not just OKC either. Let's be honest. We'll get into that later. But, I mean, this is a pattern, right? Something happened to this man. Who knows what it was, but whatever is in the Gatorade that he's drinking, he need to keep drinking it. Because that man is absolutely hooping the fuck out. Okay, sidebar. Last stream, I was cussing. Okay, I was cussing a lot. Cussing is one of my favorite things to do. It's the best way, you know what I'm saying? I can just get my shit off. There goes another one. This stream, and I need y'all help. Try to help me to stop cussing so much, okay? It's gonna be really hard to put these on YouTube if I'm just cussing every single second. But if I gotta get to cussing, then I get to cussing. You know, it is what it is. Hey, fuck it. But anyway, man, let's actually get into the game, bro. This like, I hate when things happen in real time. You hate to say like of all time or the best ever or things of that nature, but I mean, you might have to. You know what I'm saying? The run that this play, there goes another one. I mean, there's gonna be a whole lot of them. I'm telling you right now. But when we're talking about playoff, not even playoffs, okay? We're talking about the NBA Finals, and we're talking about the lack of the last generation superstars. This is the next generation superstars, and let's be honest. For the last few years, these new generation superstars, I feel like they haven't necessarily lived up to the billing. You know what I mean? This game absolutely did. So let's cut all the talking. Let's cut all the talking and let's get to the action. Let's get to the action. Let me get out the way a little bit and let's get to this game, man. Oh my gosh, let's get to this game. Okay, so
it's been one of the
here we go. Game one.
One of the most anticipated finals. And now let's watch it. The Chicago
Game one. Hold on, we need to see all this. We need to see all this. Let's get right to it. Let's get right to it. Okay, here we go. Game one in OKC. The whiteout.
Carlisle and the Pacers, same starting five the entire playoffs. This now their 17th game.
Let me see. Does this shit sound like ass to y'all? Does it sound like ass to y'all?
The first change in their starting lineup, Cason Wallace, who started 43
this
games
shit sound funny in my ears. Let me know. Let me know.
First playoff start, Isaiah Hartenstein will come off the bench. And boy,
or maybe it was just that loud. I don't know. That would be nuts. If it was that loud that the mics went crazy.
Atmospheres in all of basketball. Man, we are so fired up. You get goosebumps, Richard Jefferson, just when you walk on the floor for game one.
Oh, this is exciting. This is what every player
I think we're good. I think that was just how loud it was. Definitely was. That is insane. Okay, here we go. We get right to it. Shai, obviously, he's a bucket. He's a bucket. He gets right to the job. He gets the job done. Okay. OKC starts out strong, 4-0. Okay, pull up, bing, bing. I thought his foot was on the line, but it wasn't. Okay, early game heat check. Jalen Williams, like I said, they probably needed two more from you, bro. You would have got this one. But here we go, bro. The Pacers don't go away. Siakam has been battle tested. Siakam was there to play, okay? Here we go. Nembhard. Oh my goodness. Nembhard had himself one hell of a game. He made a lot of money this game. Siakam's post game, his post game bag is actually outrageous. It's actually outrageous.
He got to his spot elevated.
It's actually outrageous. 5-7 early. Shai at home will not be outdone. Like we said, we saw he had 38 in this game. There was no shortage of buckets from Shai. None at all. But this man right here, hey! It was really a tit for tat between those two, and we'll talk about that later too.
Alexander splits the defense inside. Gorgeous move from SGA. Alexander gets in the paint, throws it up. Hartenstein, this time his jump.
Oh gosh.
Good. McConnell.
Hallie buckets. Hallie buckets. They needed every single one of those. They needed every single one of those. Here we go. This is what we talk about. Good defense. Now we got to go the other way. 23-15 early. 23-15 early. Mind you,
SGA pull up.
the Pacers didn't have the lead all game. Right up until I'm gonna keep that in perspective.
Hartenstein, who came off the bench for the first time in these playoffs, drives inside.
Hartenstein, tough bucket.
And a foul.
Hartenstein,
Use
tough
the
bucket.
right hand.
But I'm not sure that's what I want to see in the finals. I mean, everybody has to contribute, but this right here, bing ding, Obi Toppin was on fire.
Tyrese, turnovers hurt you guys.
Obi Toppin was on fire.
How do you clean that up?
Yeah, we just got to settle into the game. Too many dumb turnovers right now. They're a good defensive team, but I feel like a lot of them are unforced, so we got to be better on that end.
The first finals for most of you guys, you mentioned settling in. Just
Obi.
How do you do that? Manage the emotions.
That boy was hot.
Yeah, I think
whatever he did in shoot around was working. Obi was hot.
All right, thanks for your time.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Mike.
All right, Lisa, Obi Toppin responding. Hit a couple of threes after that.
All right, here we go. 29-23. 11-30. Good spin move. Fall away. That's a tough bucket. That's a tough bucket. That's a finals bucket right there. Hallie, where you going? Where are you going?
It's good. Halliburton with his second three. And even with all the turnovers, the Pacers back within 6. Better defenders.
You'd be surprised how good of a defense you'll play when you're trying to survive in this league, Mike.
Tough move. Tough lay, Siakam. Tough lay, Siakam. That shows you he's been here before. He's been here before. Okay, open shooter, Lou Dort. Lou Dort, he do not be afraid to pull. That is one thing he will do. He will shoot with a contest or without a contest. It don't matter. Lou Dort is shooting the ball. Look at him. Look at him. He gonna pull. Guard him. He's gonna pull. You gotta guard him.
Strong and tough as well.
It has, Mike, and there's a maturity to
Caruso. I like Caruso in this series, but I don't think he did too much. But there goes Lou Dort again. There goes that man Lou Dort again. Another three. It's starting to get okay. This is what I was talking about. It's got to be top 5 nastiest jumpers you ever seen. It might be, man. It might be. But hey, if it's bottoms, it's bottoms. But look at this real quick. Look at this real quick. You see the score 2 minutes ago before halftime. Shit was getting heavy. All right. Attention spans was being lost. All right. 50-37. It really looked like. It really looked like the Pacers just were not ready for this game, bro. Like at all. Like at all. They came out flat. Nobody could score. They were not playing any type of defense. You see how many wide open shots Lou Dort just hit, okay? But anyway, we digress. Halliburton.
Picks it out, McConnell.
1 through 12. McConnell.
McConnell nails
McConnell can hit those. You got to guard somebody. That's how you lose ball games. Okay, but here comes Shea. Down the lane, lefty. Lefty. That Lou chant when Dort shoots is hard. Yes, especially when they go down.
Hard screen set by Neesmith as McConnell kicks it
1 through 12. That's Obi.
Obi Toppin inside McConnell.
Look at that. Ball movement. Ball movement. Keep your head up. Head on the swivel. Find your open teammate. That's good ball. Jay Will. SGA. Bing, bing. SGA was hot. In all honesty, I cannot. Well, I really don't want to blame this game on SGA. I don't want to blame this loss on SGA. I feel like that's not right. I mean, he had 38, bro. Like, what else do you want him to do? What else do you want him to do? Good find. Swing, swing. Neesmith, they can all shoot. They can all shoot. You got to guard somebody. If there's one thing this Pacers team can do is shoot the basketball.
Maybe 14 in this half. The game could be a little different.
Good find. Good find. Okay, margin's starting to cut down a little bit, but then we go right back 70-57. 70-57, Nimhart. 1-2, Obi, you know he's hot. You know he's hot. You know Obi gonna hit. Come on, man.
Boy, Nimhart, he is a tough playoff performer.
Wide open, Chet. Man, I was so disappointed in Chet this game. I was so disappointed in Chet this game. Made me look like a damn fool. Probably the only highlight of this game.
And the drive, Mathurin with the block.
Good block, boy. Good block, boy.
With the answer.
Championship and then have 73 the next.
Caruso trying to stop Siakam.
Okay, right back, right back. We play defense. We play defense in the finals. Oh man, that looked like backcourt.
Caruso just got over the
Caruso.
Drives in, layup is no good.
Tough. You got to box out. Hartenstein again. Hey, maybe that's why you get them guys in. You get them involved early. Get them involved early. Ooh, woo, good pocket. Good pocket. Good pocket. 79-68. All right.
Alexander finds a
Shea. Bad work. Nothing. Good rebound. Good rebound. Joe, he's a shooter. Bing, bing. Bing, bing. All right. It's still looking crazy. It's a 12-point lead with a minute left in the third. It's a 12-point lead with a minute left in the third. It's still looking crazy. Got to guard the shooters. Bryant already proved he hit 2 in the last game against the Knicks, so you got to guard him. Another one. When has it been acceptable to stop playing defense in the finals? This is how you lose games. This is how you lose games. But this ISO ball right here, this is tough. Wipe your damn eyes off. Okay. Third quarter. This is where the money is made. 85 to 76. 85 to 76, baby. Okay, see, look at them. Look at them. Look at them all. Look at them all in the crowd with the white t-shirts on. Happy as hell. They think they finna walk away. Game 1 win. We got this bitch in the bag. Let's continue.
SGA's got 28 points.
Lou, you're up 9. You've been hot from 3. What's been feeling good to you tonight on the offense?
I know somebody that got something for him.
I mean, we're moving the ball. I've been in the
I know somebody that got something for him. Okay? Okay?
You've kept their stars relatively quiet, but the Pacers, they're hanging around. What do you have to keep doing defensively?
Caruso selling it.
Siakam and Halliburton from getting high.
Get up. It's the finals. Get up.
We got to do what we do, and then, I mean, just make it tough for them. We've been doing that all year, and we got to do it tonight.
Thanks for your time.
Caruso be hooping though. I rock with Caruso for real. He learned that. Hey, he learned a lot of game from Brown. I'm gonna say that much. He don't play like Brown, but it's inevitable. Good move. Good move. Good move from one of the others. They thought that for sure, didn't they? Ooh, didn't they? Good Hezzy. Tough. Jay Will is tough. Jay Will is tough. I'm excited to see what he can do in the finals. I know Shea went off, but I think Jay Will gonna have a good series as well. I think he's gonna have a good series as well. Right on time. Bing. He's the first time in the finals. What? Talk that shit. This was crazy. This was crazy. That's one of the hardest sellies, bitch. All right, but it ain't over. It ain't over because Obi was shooting that pill. He was shooting the rock. He was shooting that bitch. Halliburton, I think he had double-digit assists, didn't he? I might be wrong about that. He was dishing that. Good bucket right there. Okay, still a 10-point game. 7 minutes to go. Still a 10-point game. Topping is going. My fault with the cussing. My fault with the cussing. My fault with the cussing.
It was his
My fault with the cussing.
So that's what you're looking for.
My fault with the cussing. But when you got shit like happening like this, it don't fucking matter, nigga. Off the glass, nigga. Off the glass, nigga. Off the glass is disgusting in the finals, but you can't stop it. And then in the fourth quarter, you got to deal with this nigga right here. Hallie buckets, nigga.
Clinging to a 4-point lead here in game 1 of the finals.
You hear him?
SGA the drive.
SGA is tough. SGA MVP. It makes sense. It makes sense, but you gotta win. You gotta win. They was shooting that goddamn rock, boy. Goddamn don't count. That don't count.
Tyrese is not even the main
That
ball
don't count.
handler at this point in time because the defense has been so aggressive.
Hey.
Got a 3-pointer from Nimhard.
Wait a minute. We're not gonna skip past that. Like we didn't just see what the fuck just happened. That was a bleep out. Went on a cussing mind. I gotta get him out. I gotta get him out of the way. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get him out of the way before we get too far. But hold on. Talk about a sequence. Good God. And you see who this was on? This your star player? Prove it. Prove it. 1, 2. Nigga, watch out. Step back. You know I do this.
Got a 3-pointer from Nimhard.
You know we do this, man. We're professionals. Neesmith is tough too. Good block though. Good block. Excellent block. Okay, this is when the game start getting heavy. 108 to 105. A minute and a half left. SGA tough bucket. But hold on. Why you gotta stop cussing? Your mom in here? She might be. You know I don't want them here. You know I don't want Mom Dukes hearing me doing all that cussing. But no. We just, you know what I'm saying? We gonna clean it up. I'm in a suit, bro. We gotta clean it up. But listen. One mistake that I really think SGA made. Yeah, come on, man. One mistake, Church, one mistake that I really feel like Halliburton made no mistakes. SGA might have made. He reverted back to his old ways late in this game. He tried to do it. Yeah. We'll get right on Sunday. We'll get right on Sunday. You know, come on, bro. You know me and G locked in like that. He started foul baiting, bro, and it was working, right? He was getting to the free throw line. Well, look at the stats. He was getting to the free throw line. He was icing the game, right? Putting the game away, getting to the cup, yada, yada, yada. The nigga forgot. It's another team on the other side that really knows how to play basketball. They actually really know how to play basketball. Let's continue. 3-point lead. 3-point lead.
To this 3-point lead.
Good screen. Good screen. SGA, get to the cup. Good block. Siakam, he's been here before. He's been here before. Okay, slow it down. It's only 3 points. This man is underrated. Not right there though, but that's Siakam. You know what I'm saying? That's what a veteran would do for you. What can a veteran do for you off the glass? No good. 1 point game, 23 seconds. At this point, my homie was yelling in my ear so loud about the Pacers I couldn't even focus. This shit was crazy. You can only foul bait so much. Yes, they did get out rebounded. Come on now. Come on now. This is when the game got heavy. 20 seconds to give the ball to the best player. What you got? MVP. You see who guarding him? MVP. Where you at? Spin move. Nothing. Nothing. Good defense. Good defense. No timeout. 8 seconds. Obi, give it up, nigga. Halliburton. Come on. You know what time it is. You know it's working in the finals. You know it's working in the finals.
It's good. With 0.3 of a second remaining. Timeout. OKC. Tyrese Halliburton does it again.
What do you want to do?
Throws it up on the rim.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Indiana takes game one.
What do you want to do?
Shocking the Thunder here at OKC.
What can you actually do about it? What can you actually do about it at this point? It's like it's money every time. You can only foul bait so much. Yes, you come on, bro. You can't give this nigga time. At the end of the game, you can't give him time. Hang.
Pulls up, jump shot. It's good. 0.3 of a second remaining. Timeout, OKC.
And he was only a pinky toe away from hitting a three. What are we talking about, man? What are we talking about, bro? They need like a playoffs MVP, bro. And him doing that, yes. Him doing that in every series is absolutely bonkers. Get your ass off the floor, SGA. You should have performed better, nigga. Nemhart, salute to you, my boy. Went crazy. Talk about never giving up. Oh my goodness, this game, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, this was one for the books. This game was crazy. This game was absolutely nutso to say the least. And I think we're in for a good one. I think we're in for a good one because I don't think OKC is gonna go out like that, and it's in every single game. In game one, yes, game one is filthy work, bro. But it's like, pick a team. Pick a team. You name them, bucket. Fourth quarter, bucket. Halliburton. What are we talking about at this point? What are we talking about at this point? How could Sacramento trade this man? Wow. I bet you they are pissed now. Wow. Okay. We got so much to talk about, man. We got so much to talk about. I am so glad that y'all here, man. G3SN is gonna get you right every single time, man. Pacers take game one in a crazy buzzer beater at the end from none other than Tyrese Halliburton, man. You really cannot script this shit any better. Makes you think about it a little bit. But look, man, we are actually gonna take a deeper dive into this game, man. And you know we have to bring in our expert sports analyst, UHaul. UHaul, please tell me you are on this line, brother. UHaul, how you doing? How you doing?
Yo, can you hear me?
Okay, I think we got you loud and clear. I think, chat, can we hear UHaul? Chat, can we hear UHaul? 0.3 of a second sounds like a load. Come on, man. I think we're good. I think we're in good shape, brother. I think we're in good shape, bro. How you doing? How you doing?
Yeah, I can't complain, man. I can't complain. I still can't get over that damn game, man.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Tell me. Okay. So listen. Obviously, shouts out to UHaul in the chat, man. Big dubs to UHaul in the chat. First things first. What are your takeaways from this game, man? I mean, just from an overview perspective, like even watching it as a fan, I know you are the expert analyst that you are, but just when you're watching this game as a basketball fan, and you really Tell him who called it, Hall. Tell him. Listen.
We go get.
Listen, we're gonna get into that, but listen, man.
I would definitely give bro credit.
Please.
But,
tell me. I really want to hear your thoughts, man. As just a basketball purist, man. How did you feel about this game, man? We need to hear it. We need to hear it. Sirs and 6. That's what he said.
That's a fact. So I'll start with this. OKC was playing some phenomenal defense. Phenomenal defense. And remember what I said last time on chat, you know what I'm saying, on stream. I was like, they're going to get real physical to test to see how the refs are going to call it. And if the refs are going to let them play, which we saw that they did, OKC probably going to win that game. Now, what I wasn't accounting for was they let off the gas, bro. Leon, all right, now I'm going to bring bro up.
Bring him up.
Leon caught this when they was up, when OKC was up by like 15 points. I think it was in the third quarter. Had to be, yeah, definitely third quarter. Towards the middle of the third quarter. Obi Toppin runs for the ball, dives. And the ball goes out of bounds. Now he doesn't get the ball, but Leon said, and I quote, right there is a difference maker. That's going to be the difference as to why the Pacers win and OKC lose this game. And we watched it happen.
We watched it happen. We watched it live. We witnessed this live. Okay. Yeah. It was incredible. Please continue. Please continue.
Yeah. So I want to say, like, because we had a really good conversation about this afterwards, and again, you brought up the rebounding numbers. Leon brought up the rebounding numbers yesterday too, or when we watched the game. He's absolutely right. I mean, they changed their lineup towards the end of the game, which, if you're getting vastly out rebounded, you know what I mean, you have to switch that lineup. They stayed small. They took Hardenstein out. They're getting out rebounded, trying to out small ball them to make them change their lineup. But you have to get them second, third possessions to keep possessions going. You got to get those rebounds to keep possessions going. So that's one.
On that topic, real quick.
Yeah.
Look at this here. To UHaul's point, and this is why he's an expert, okay? This is why G3SN is going to get you the best sports news you can possibly have. Look at these rebounding numbers, okay? UHaul called it. 56 rebounds. 13 of them on the offensive side of the board. Let's look at the Thunder.
Yeah, that's gross.
Hey, the numbers tell the story. 39. It's not good enough. You got out rebounded by over 20, by damn near over 20. Okay, please, UHaul. I'm so sorry to keep cutting you off. Please, don't let me.
No, you're good. You're good.
Talk your shit, bro. Talk your shit, bro.
No, you're good. So rebounding was one big factor. Was a huge factor in the difference of that game. So you're kind of looking at the coach a certain type of way. I think the other takeaway I have, because I have 3 total. The other takeaway I have. When you were replaying it, I had to make sure I was right when I was watching the game. But when OKC was going on these long runs, you know what I mean? They were going on 12-2 runs, 10-2 runs. I don't know why whoever the OKC coach is was letting Shea sit so long. Like in the fourth quarter, they were up big. I think they were up by 9. They were up by 9. Sorry, because they cut into the lead into the third. They're up 9. Mm-hmm. And, a couple turnovers here and there, yada. They were forcing. They're extending that lead. But you can see the Pacers start hitting threes. Obi Toppin hit a 3.
Obi Toppin went crazy. Here we go.
Hit another 3. You know what I mean? They're starting to rally back. And it wasn't until OKC went on I believe they said a 12-2 run before they put him in. That puts Shea back in the game around the 6-minute mark. Mm-hmm. So you sat your guy who runs your offense, that gets everybody in rhythm and everything else, for 7 minutes during this run. That's bad coaching, man.
It was absolutely ridiculous. He came in cold.
That's bad coaching.
And the Pacers couldn't miss. Look at this, off glass in the fourth, and now you want to put Shea in, man. Okay.
Yeah. So now he's got to restart and get hot again, but. By that time, the Pacers are rolling. And like we talked about before, last time we were on stream, this is the number 1 offense versus the number 1 defense. That number 1 offense gets rolling, it's going to be damn hard to stop. And we saw it last night.
Damn hard. Pause.
Yeah, that was crazy. My fault, y'all. Hey, that was
pause. But man, no, you are spot on. You're absolutely spot on.
Yeah. And then the last thing I want to bring up, man, because I know we're going to talk about it, bro. The last 6 seconds of the damn game, bro. Oh my gosh. When he hit the shot, I coach basketball. For anyone who don't know, I coach basketball. And one of the things I don't understand is why didn't the coach say, hey, listen, if they get the ball back, these are the people you pick up immediately. You know what I'm saying? So this prevents this from happening. When you watch the last 6 seconds of the game, so Shai gets the ball, he misses the shot, right? Boom. Siakam gets the ball, throws the ball backwards behind the hoop to Obi Toppin. I don't know why no one said, hey, pick up right now. Pick up. Obi Toppin's not a ball handler. So you could have blitzed that, forced a turnover, you end up winning the game.
They had all types of time.
They retreat back. Right. They retreat back. They then do a dribble handoff to the corner, finding what we all know is going to be Holly, bro.
Burton.
He hit what I said this last time we was talking, bro. He was 90% on these types of shots. He didn't hit 2 of these since we had this conversation or
damn near
this game.
Look at this.
Yeah, so I think he has some like insane. I'm trying to keep a mental track. I think he only missed 1 or 2 shots in the last minute or like 2 minutes. Like he's like 13 to 15 or something crazy.
We got it on screen right here for you, brother. Look at this. Look at this shit right here. 6 for 7 on game tying or go ahead field goals within the last 90 seconds of games, which is the most such makes in a single postseason since 1990 7.
Insane.
What are we talking about?
When I said this last time, I didn't want people thinking I was just bullshit.
Oh no, absolutely not. Like, absolutely not. On G3SN, we don't do no bullshit of any such. Everything we say is facts, and everything we say is the truth.
Right. So, come on now, man. We do fact check.
We do fact check.
Like I said, bro. Like at the end of the game, we know we didn't see him do it every single game 1 of the playoffs. Why didn't you have like a Caruso or a Dort jump on him immediately when Holly? I mean, you gave him time to dribble up the court, hand him the ball. It wasn't a pass or nothing. He just, here you go, and then he just walked him down, got to a spot. Nobody made an adjustment to blitz to get the ball out of his hands. Nothing.
It's coaching.
Game-winning shot.
Just like you said earlier. And this is a game. Everybody knows the real basketball game is one between. I mean, it's the players. Don't get me wrong, but the real strategy, the real chess, the chessboard, it's one between the 2 coaches. And like you just illustrated 2 dramatic mistakes that the Thunder's head coach made. You take Shai out because you thought you had the game in the bag, right? You're up 12, then you let him go on the 12-2 run, and now you say, oh shit, they're good. They're in the finals for a reason. Let's put Shai back in. Let's get Shai to start foul baiting and try to ice the game. But like my man Leon said, who cares about turnovers when you get every board? They get out-rebounded. They got outran. They get outscored. And then they got out-coached right at the end of the game. There's nothing more you can say. This Pacers team is absolutely legit. And Halliburton has really proven his case to be one of the best guards, I mean, in this league. I don't think that's a question at this point. The numbers speak for themselves, okay? The run he's on, 6 for 7, game-tying field goals. The nigga is 107, where was it at? 107% on these type of shots, meaning he scores more points than expected per shot attempt. I don't even know what that means. I just know that means that nigga's a bucket, okay? Let's just call it what it is, man. Let's call it what it is. Now listen, crazy game, absolutely crazy game. And Tyrese Halliburton, Holly Buckets, he deserves a shit ton of credit, okay? And I think he's getting that. But there's something else that we want to point out in this game in particular. It is one of my favorite plays of this game. And we did spotlight this young man last segment, man. Andrew Nembhard. Okay? Andrew Nembhard. The run he's been on, but beside Halliburton, has also been crazy. And it's like nobody really talks about him, but he was also guarding Shai the majority of this game. Right? Now he did get 38 put on his head top, but hey, he did enough to get that stop at the end of the game, and he did 1-2 step back. It's probably the second craziest play of this game, obviously besides the buzzer beater. But man, I gotta give props to Nembhard, and we actually do have some more inside information on the Nembhard Shai matchup. UHaul, can you please tell us and speak to that right there?
Oh yeah, they cousins.
They're cousins.
They're cousins.
It's all in the family.
Yeah,
It's in the family. Okay.
I saw this tweet that said, you can tell Nimhart and SGA homies because you only do that move against somebody you know. And
Come on now.
I'm not gonna lie to you. How many times do you play against your man and you just try to do anything? You know,
anything. Look at this. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. 1-2, 1-2. Step back. Oh, you're not good enough. Bing, bing. Not good enough. And this is under 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. This is under 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. And he did listen. And in the same breath, if you remember that clip, I don't know if I have it. Let's see if I have it. There was a clip where Shea came down the court. I think he got fouled or something like that, and he gave bro a little jab. You know what I'm saying, in the chest. He tried to hold him. He tried to hold him on national TV. Didn't go so well. Did not go so well. This might be it. Let me see. Nah, this is just pure poetry. We got to watch this again. This was filthy. Something in the water in Indiana, baby. Something is in the water in Indiana. Oh my goodness. Okay.
He looked like me for real. I don't remember.
Sources say UHaul used to hoop back in his day.
Well, no, man. You know, back in the day.
Back in the day, man. Back in the day. Oh my goodness. What a game, man. Let's get back to these stats. Because there's more that we need to expose in this game. Okay, there's more that we need to expose in this game. There was this right here. The numbers, like I say, the numbers speak for themselves. Look at this right here. Teams when trailing by 9 or more points in the final 3 minutes of an NBA Finals game since 1971, 1 in 82. You know who that one is? Hello. You can't tell me this Pacer team is not special. You can't tell me the numbers that these people are putting up. It's not spectacular, man. Shame on me for even thinking that this Pacer team wouldn't be good basketball in the finals. I mean, wow. With the run that they are on is just absolutely incredible, man. It's absolutely incredible. And then you couple that with the fact that they did not have the lead in this game, the entire game, until this moment right here.
This is actually nuts. That's a crazy stat.
You're losing the whole game, okay, to the best team in the league, and you find a way to win. That's championship basketball right there. That is championship basketball right there. Who knows how to guard you better than your own mans? I'd be clamping ice, please.
Who was that? Was that bro?
Listen, one thing we're not gonna do on this segment is tell and spout off disgusting lies. All right, I won't have it. I won't have it. All right, there is no footage. All right, show the tape, Leon. Show the tape. There's no tape. All right, man. Now let's get back into this sports news, man, because there, like I said, there's so much going on, and some say, was it the shoes? I know there's a lot of talk about it'll be on my stream. Hey, let me know. We're tuning in. Listen, there's been a lot of talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and he got the drip. You know what I'm saying? Sauce guy, best dressed in the NBA. Call him whatever you want. He did debut his signature sneaker. By the way, them hoes was fire. But so did this man right here. I don't know what these is. Me personally, I probably wouldn't put them on my feet. But hey, he just made these shits legendary. He just made them legendary. You understand me?
Yeah. Those are
Pumas.
Those are Puma. My fault. Yeah. Puma. Yeah. But the one dude, Salah, I'm gonna say his name wrong. He did weird Crocs. Salehi, yeah. He did that. He made that shoe for him.
Come on, man. It's a lot going on. Hey, listen, it's a lot going on in these finals. It's a lot going on. Okay. But listen, man, very, very, very exciting game, man. I honestly cannot wait for game 2 tomorrow. It's gonna be one. It's gonna be one, I think, for the books. I mean, it can game 2 be better than game 1? At this point, I don't know what to expect. I really don't know what to expect. Who knows? Game 1, Pacers take it by 1 point. Halliburton buzzer beater. Safe to say, we're excited for this series. Okay, we are excited for this series. And UHaul, listen. The next game. I have no opinion. I don't know who's gonna win. I really don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know. So let me ask you, man, because I do my hosting, but you are the expert here. You know what I'm saying? So what are your expectations? What are your thoughts for game 2? OKC down 1. The Pacers make an amazing comeback. They go right back to OKC though. What do you think's gonna happen?
I think OKC losing the second game.
They go down 0-2.
Yeah, I don't think OKC. I think it's gonna be 1-1 Sunday.
Oh, they win. Okay, they win at home. They tie the series up. They tie the series up. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're gonna. Yeah, because I'm just thinking from and I could obviously be absolutely wrong, but OKC, if I'm trusting that they make the adjustments. No, I'm saying this because I don't have any stake in who wins. I just want to see good basketball. You know what I'm saying? This is a great matchup between two teams, and like I said last time we talked, like it's all about matchups. You know what I mean? I like this matchup better than like the Wolves versus the Pacers or the Knicks versus OKC. You know what I mean? But with that being said, I'm trusting that they make the adjustments. If we're talking a lot about them being out rebounded, of course, and then like the last couple of seconds of the game, and then Shea sitting out. But we haven't mentioned that OKC forced 25 plus turnovers or something like that, something stupid. You know what I mean? So that defense is real. That defense is going to stay consistent the entire time. And they were up
24 turnovers, yes.
Game.
Absolutely.
24 turnovers, yeah. So they were up the entire time until the last 0.3 seconds. You know what I mean? I don't see that defense changing by any means, and I think Shea's going to have a more efficient game, because I'm not sure if he got the stats up or not, but I don't think Shea shot a pretty efficient game. You know what I mean? I think he took a lot of shots.
14 for 30.
38.
Yep, 14 for 30, 3 from 6 from 3, 7 of 8 from the free throw line.
Right. So it's that when I look at stuff like that, it's okay. He's putting up a lot of shots because he wants to win this game. You know what I mean? We see it a lot with Donovan Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? Where he's taking a lot of shots to try to win the game. But it's not necessarily like a super efficient game. I think we're going to get back to a Shea, one, playing longer, two, a Shea that is you'll see more assists from him. I feel like I think we'll have a more efficient Shea Gilgeous-Alexander game with the complement of that defense still. But again, that's still the number one offense in the league. So you may run right back into the same problem. But I'm guessing that OKC ends up learning from what they watched the film, bouncing back, and I think they win game 2.
Okay. All right, man. Listen, game 1 is in the books. You heard it here first. We're predicting a 1-1. We're predicting a 1-1 series record at the end of game 2, man. Does OKC have enough to come back and tie this series up, man? I mean, it's got to be deflating to lose like that, but you're absolutely right, man. 24 turnovers, forced turnovers. They had the game. They had the game the whole game. They just lost it right in the final 6 seconds. Anyway, man, excellent game 1. NBA Finals is absolutely insane. I call gentlemen's if they win tomorrow. You might be right. They don't do that. Them boys washed by 30. Brother, they gave up 25 turnovers and still won. You make a very good several points.
That's a good point.
There. You make a good
when they
points
turned the ball over. When they turned the ball over, just to combat that and play devil's advocate, when they turned the ball over and forced those 25 turnovers, until towards the end of the game, like they were getting smacked. And like we can say easily, if they don't turn the ball over 25 times, they win they win this game by a lot more. On the flip side, if OKC doesn't get out rebounded, then they win as well too. So
Facts.
it kind of goes both ways. But we're gonna see regardless on Sunday. We're gonna see regardless.
Hey, the NBA Finals is tomorrow, man, and I can assure you I will be watching. G3SN will get you the news, man. Trust and believe. But anyway, man, we are gonna move on. But we're gonna stick with basketball, man. And our next topic is actually a topic that is very near and dear to my heart. See who that is? You see who that is? LeBron James. Okay, so there's been something happening that I honestly wasn't aware of up until the other day. It's this thing called Open the Vault. Okay, now if you haven't heard what that is, there's a lot of people who know LeBron for a certain number of things, but they don't necessarily know the old LeBron. They don't remember the first run with Cleveland. They don't remember the run with Miami. Okay, it's been a long time. LeBron's been in the league for a very, very long time. So we are actually going to tap into this Open the Vault series, man, and we are going to kind of relive the glory days. You know what I'm saying? We're going to pay homage to the GOAT, and it's only right. So let us get to it, man. We are now in the Open the Vault segment. And listen, UHaul, I happen to know personally that you are probably the number one LeBron fan that I know. Okay, please.
I don't play around about that, young man.
Come on, man. Please let our listeners know what this time was like in history, man. Okay. Oh God. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. For starters, this type of shit was happening every day. All right. That's Jason Terry. That's the NBA champion. Put him in a coffin. Do you understand me? Norris Cole, the setup of doom. Okay, here we go. Open the vault. UHaul, please. This is the most iconic block of all time. We're gonna say this type of shit a lot. All right, where were you at in 2016? I was not here. Come on, man. Where did he come from? No, it wasn't a goaltend. No, it wasn't a goaltend. No, it wasn't a goaltend. Did I just hear you say it was a goaltend? Get out. Get out. Was not a goaltend. Never could be. Never would be. What are we talking about? This is the GOAT. Anyway, UHaul, take us back, man. Take us back, man. Take us back. Take us back.
So crazy story, and I promise you this is very true. Very true. So when I was in, I want to say first, second grade, Brian was in high school. So he stayed in Spring Hill apartment on Donda West. I was 2 floors, me and my mom stayed 2 floors above Bron when he was there. So we saw the green Hummer and everything else. I just want to say this. I'm from Akron, niggas know this, you know what I'm saying? We from Akron, brother. There's nothing that anyone will be able to tell me about that young man, LeBron Raymond James.
You telling me you know LeBron?
Come on now, bro.
LeBron
you know, I
James?
might have dibbled and dabbled.
LeBron James.
Bro, remember when we was growing up? Everybody from the
what we're not gonna do on this bit is lie. You know LeBron James?
Come on, bro. You know what I mean?
I give it to you.
Akron Hammer.
I give it to you.
The Akron Hammer.
The Akron Hammer.
Bro, you can ask. I give it to you.
Hey, listen.
You can ask my mom, bro. You can ask my mom. We stayed in the same apartment building. Now I may not have had conversations.
Chelsea, it might be
but
cap.
I did see that green Hummer, bro. I did see that green Hummer. Spring Hill Apartments, and then we moved down the street. So we stayed on D. And then down the street from that, when I was in 3rd grade, is Stewart Elementary School, bro. I'm just naming facts, bro. I got the pictures. Just naming facts.
Hey, we believe you.
We live in Spring Hill, right down the street from Spring Hill. Down the hill, around the corner is Miller South. I had a cousin who Miller South. Yeah, they're vouching for you.
They say UHaul is not lying. G3SN, we really tapped in. What are we talking about? We really tapped in. This shit is not by accident.
My aunt Auntie Lisa bought a house on Deep Street, which is literally down the hill from Spring Hill. We stayed in Spring Hill. I have a story where I almost jumped out of the window of an apartment building when I was young. So
come on now.
I thought it was Superman. I was trying to
foolishness. Absolute foolishness.
I know. But either way, we moved down the street, literally down the street where Deets is. We was the second house right when you pull into the left. You know what I'm saying? And then down the street from there to the right is a big school called Stewart Elementary School, bro. Yeah, I'm really tapped in, bro.
Okay. The roots run deep. You know this 330 shit is not a joke. Akron is the king around this. No cap, no funny, and no LeBron slander will be tolerated in this chat. You would get your shit banned so fast, you wouldn't even be able to blink. I dare you.
That ain't our ball?
That ain't our ball? What we talking about?
What a great time. But I like this Open the Vault challenge to kind of get back to it a little bit. I like this Open the Vault challenge because I know growing up, I bring all that up to say, I know growing up, like I saw Bron early, you know what I'm saying? And if you're from the city, you kind of already been supporting since what he was doing in high school.
Absolutely.
I mean, he was at Barberton going stupid in tournaments and everything else. And those highlights were things that we saw growing up. But it's cool seeing like the newer generation finding these old highlights, because now someone like me who's seen these games gets to relive like first stint Bron. And I know we talk a lot about Miami Bron and Cavalier 2016 Bron, but that first stint, boy, that was a different Bron, man. That was, he was a demon.
I got you, brother. We got to deal with something real quick. We got a situation here at G3SN. There has been LeBron slander. There has been LeBron slander. There has been LeBron slander. And I'm a man of my word. I am a man of my word. I am a man of my word. This will not be tolerated.
Huh?
This will not be tolerated. This will not be
Who's
tolerated.
saying stuff about Bron?
This will not be tolerated. I never had the time to make out. Hey, thank you for being the first, Leon. Thank you for being the first. Thank you for being the first. You think I'm f***ing around? You think I'm f***ing around? Have a happy 30 seconds. Enjoy those 30 seconds. Okay? Stop f***ing playing around.
Oh my goodness.
Excuse me. Listen, excuse me for cussing. Excuse me for cussing. Hey, give him 30 seconds, he'll be right back. He give him 30 seconds, he'll be right back. Okay. Getting off topic. We having too much fun. Leon, that's my man. Hey, chill on my man, Leon. He just had to go stand in the corner for a minute on Don DeWest. I am a man of my word. I'm a man of my word. Okay. Please, we need this LeBron history. Please, we need to hear this, bro. Yeah. We need to hear this.
So it's just dope. It's dope seeing like this challenge come out, and now I get to relive like all of these moments. Like I remember in the playoffs, I remember them dropping the 25 against Detroit. Like I remember these games. You know what I mean? So
there you go, right there, Detroit.
Seeing this stuff.
Double OT, clutch buckets, 2007, right hand couldn't be stopped. What are we talking about?
25 straight.
What are we talking about?
And not to kind of get off track, but I know we saying a lot about Ant. Bro, Bron was the same age.
Welcome back, bro. Welcome back. No hard feelings.
Bron was the same age, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know we saying a lot about Ant, but that 25 against Detroit?
I didn't know it was gonna do that. My fault. I did not know it was gonna do that. Yeah. Listen, LeBron. I have a apologies to the chat. Yeah, please don't disrespect the chat like that. I have a bittersweet moment that, look, man, I'm just, it's a moment that I'm gonna be grateful for, but at the same time, I'm gonna be like heartbroken, bro. We've talked about this many times. I feel like the sunset is near. The horizon is very close, man. LeBron James, 40 plus, still doing it. Don't get it twisted. Still doing it. Absolutely still doing it. But I think it sounds like he's accomplished damn near everything he wanted to accomplish, man. Bronny James is in the league. He's playing for the Lakers. He played with his son. Does he play with Bryce? He's got the rings. He's got the MVPs. He's got the championships. He got everything you could possibly do in the league. And he's from Akron. But I got a feeling, man, it might be one, good Lord, look at this shit. It might be 1 or 2 more seasons that we see LeBron James on an NBA basketball court, man. And my heart will break on the day when he announces that. But I'm also gonna be so excited to see the documentaries that come out about LeBron Ramon James from Akron, Ohio, grew up right down the street from the homie UHaul. Man,
come on now.
I like I said, he retiring after 26. It might be time. It might be time, man. It might be time. It's just not a time that I want to see. I'm not ready to see it yet. I'm just not ready to see it yet. I'm not ready to see it. But
yeah,
you kind of got to accept the fact that, listen, he been in the league. What? This is year 23? If I'm not mistaken,
that's crazy.
This year 23, man. Everybody knows LeBron James has been in the league longer than he has not been in the league. It's gonna get to a point when he retires that the stats and the things that we'll be gonna be able to say, it's just gonna sound ridiculous, bro. The things that we're gonna be able to say about LeBron James is just gonna sound absolutely like you just pulled this fact out of thin air and you just saying it because it's your favorite player, the Godfather. Absolutely, Tank. Please let the chat know. Yes, but anyway, man. We are allowed to listen. Okay, I know we live in the Glaze era. This is acceptable, okay? LeBron James Glaze is 100% acceptable in my chat. Get it off. Any LeBron praise you want to get it off, brother. And we got another jersey that'll be in that case pretty soon. You know, we keep them on rotation. You know what I'm saying? That's just one of my favorite Browns. Miami Brown was oh gosh, Miami Brown was so exciting to watch, bro. It was so exciting to watch. But anyway, man, open the vault, man. LeBron James, one of the best to ever do it. It's about time that he gets his flowers. I mean, he's already had them, but I think it's time that the whole basketball conglomerate is now we're just in agreement. It's time. It's time. Okay, LeBron, LeBron is the king, bro. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. But yeah, man, UHaul, any final comments on this open the vault, LeBron? Anything else you want to share with the community, man? I'll smoke my grandma over LeBron. Hey, you gotta take that up with your grandma, buddy. I might not be mad at you.
Oh my!
Take that up with grandma, but I might not be too mad at you for it. Listen, UHaul, please, man. Any closing comments on LeBron James, man? We appreciate the insight. Let me tell you this much: we really appreciate the insight.
Of course, man. I do want to ask you a question, actually.
Yeah.
So on this Open the Vault challenge, man, since we're looking at the highlights, what is your all-time favorite LeBron highlight?
My all-time favorite LeBron James highlight.
Yeah.
Let me think.
He didn't did so much.
He didn't did so much, but I know what it is. I know what it is, and it's one that some people might say too. But when I think of basketball, when I think of sports, I think of where was I at this time in my life. You know what I mean? Like I said, like I told y'all last stream, there was a period of time when LeBron was always one of my favorites, but it was a point where he wasn't my absolute favorite. Okay, Carmelo Anthony was my absolute favorite, and in this period of time, this is Miami Bron, right? And I was kind of at a point where I'm like, all right, we get it, Miami's unstoppable. I didn't want to be a bandwagon, so I was kind of on that train. You see it right here when he left. I was one of the ones. I was a little bittersweet. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, my favorite moment is when he caught the alley-oop and completely cleared a grown-ass man. Full,
oh yeah, that was nice.
two legs, knees, elbows, hands, and kneecaps, jumped over a grown man and finished the dunk. And they didn't even call it a foul. It was a foul on that play too. They didn't call it. But at that moment in time, man, it was an error when I would always go back and forth with my homies about LeBron, and we would play 2K. I'll play with the Knicks with Carmelo, J.R. Smith, Amari Stoudemire, Tyson Chandler, who else? Iman Shumpert, Raymond Felton, and we would go back and forth. They would kill me with Bron. I'd come back with Melo and hit him with 61. You know what I'm saying? But that moment always stuck in my mind. I just remember, like, when you're playing amongst, it's hard to put this into perspective, man. First of all, when you make it to the NBA, you are the best of the best. Let's make no mistake about it. The NBA is the best basketball I think you can find anywhere in the world. Now, to be an all-star or to be a superstar, that means you're better than the best players in the world. Then you get to the shit that LeBron was doing, and you're almost unanimously the best player ever. Okay? That was a moment where I was just like, yeah, it's probably nothing he can't do on the court. He just jumped over a nigga. Like, I haven't seen that before. I don't even know if I've seen it since, bro. But that right there vividly was one of my favorite moments of all time. Now, there are plenty of LeBron moments, and we're watching them right now. Who is this? Shout out to whoever put this video together, man. This is an excellent video, man. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that one. And I believe they were in the white hot uniforms that game too, the black and white joints. You know what I'm saying? That's when the NBA had good uniforms too. Let's not go there. But anyway, man, let me ask you the same question. Favorite LeBron James moment? What you got?
My favorite LeBron James moment. Well, there's two. So the shot against the Mavericks, because I remember I was with my dad downstairs. He had like a watch party, whatever, yada yada. My dad lives in Cleveland, and I remember watching that game, standing on the couch. And my dad don't play no.
It's all right, Tank. Shed a tear. Let that tear fall. Let that tear fall. He don't play no nonsense.
But I remember standing on the couch, watching Bron shoot, and I remember the room going completely silent when the ball gets released. And Bron cashes it, and I jump off the couch. My dad grabs me in the air, starts swinging me in the air, and everything like that, yada yada. And I'm like, that moment, I always remember, like, you know what I mean, watching that game. So that's probably one of my favorite ones, is that shot against Orlando.
Yeah, man.
And then, honestly, this is an underrated clip, but like when Bron in Miami blocked Splitter, I want to say what his name was.
Yes, Thiago Splitter. Yes, for the Spurs, yeah. Absolutely.
That's my favorite Bron play, bro.
Yes.
Favorite Bron play. Because he blocked, bro, met him at the rim and everything, and just stood there. I'm like, this nigga off.
Different.
This nigga.
Different,
the
bro.
greatest basketball player ever, man.
Ever. Like, I don't want to hear nothing else about it, ever. Okay? Ever.
Yeah.
All right, man. UHaul. Listen, I can't say thank you enough, bro. Here we go. That's the moment. That's the moment. Okay, we got to run this back. We got to run this back. Yeah, and this was to start the game. Listen, this was to start the game. There was only a few seconds left to start this game. He's jumping over niggas and he's not even warmed up. Hold on, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We gotta see this again. Listen, look at this shit, bro. And this was a foul. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that moment will be forever etched in my memory, man. I remember it down to the jersey. But listen, UHaul, once again, thank you so much for the insider expert NBA analysis, man. Analysis and inside story. Who would have known that you damn near best friends with LeBron James? That is something that you only gonna get on G3SN, baby. You know what I'm saying? So anyway,
man.
I do want to give a little story time real quick. I gotta shout out my man Leon. Okay, he keeps asking me, where was I at in 2016? Regrettably, I was not in Ohio. Okay, I was out somewhere across the water, and I could not be here for the Cleveland 2016 finals. It pains me to hurt. It pains me to even say that to this day. Okay, but there's a story, man, that we got to tell. Okay, so my man Leon, he just came back in the chat. You know what I'm saying? He tells this story all the time, and he says after the Cavs won the finals, the downtown Cleveland was a mess, as you can believe, bro. He was saying there was so many people you couldn't even see the next man next to you. You couldn't even see anything, right? And so this man, you know, if you know Leon, you know how he gets. This man was going ballistics. Somehow he ends up on top of a light post, okay? And he's going crazy. And our other homie, Curtis, is out there, and he said out of nowhere, he does his hands like this. The crowd of people splits down the middle, and he just sees Curtis standing there celebrating the 2016 finals. And that's a moment that I always remember because I wasn't there. Okay, Leon, you got your story. Please don't make me relive that. All right, man. All right. Open the vault. Yeah, this is a very fun series. This is a very fun top trend, man. I'm not sure who started this, but thank God they did. Thank God they did, man. All right. UHaul, let us switch gears, man. I know you are a man of many talents. You know, you cover many different sports, and I know you keep your ear to the NFL world as well. We got some rather breaking news in the NFL, man. Aaron Rodgers signs with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Boom, there it is. Real tears. Yes. Now I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I told y'all I'm from Ohio. I'm from the Akron area. I am a Browns fan, but there was a point last season where I gave up. You know, at a certain point in time, I'm a grown ass man, and I told myself I'm allowed to choose my team if I want. I'm allowed to switch teams. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of dealing with what I have to deal with, and you know, I ended up, you know, saying that I was going to cheer for the Steelers. Now I probably can't say that anymore. You know what I'm saying? For the Shador news, I'm really excited. We did some cool things in the offseason. I'm back in Cleveland. Okay, safe to say. But I still follow the Steelers, man. Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers, coming from the Jets. He didn't have the season that honestly anybody thought he would have in New York. And you know, obviously with the injuries and things like that, it just kind of puts it in perspective of what an NFL career could look like. When you get older, not everybody can be LeBron James. We saw it happen with Aaron Rodgers, but the Steelers apparently believe that this guy is the guy for them. And they signed him to a 1-year contract, right? He's 40, 41, something along those lines. And you already know, man, the NFL is such a grueling sport. We already seen the multitude of injuries that he sustained. And we know for whatever reason, the Steelers can break the 500 barrier, but they can't win in the playoffs. So UHaul, tell me, man, do you think, how do you feel about this move? Do you think it even gives the Steelers an edge picking Rodgers up?
No. Not at all.
Not at all. Okay.
Not at all. What team? I'll answer that question with a question. They picked up Aaron Rodgers. Who in that conference is he? What quarterback in that conference that he has to play against is he better than? One team, the Browns, right? Because we don't know who's going to be
Flacco. At this point, it's Flacco. So, yeah, I give you that.
So let's say he's better than Flacco, but is he better than Josh Allen? No. Is he better than Lamar Jackson? No. Is he better than Joe Burrow? No. Like, these are people you have to see often. Now, even in that conference, is he better than Mahomes? You still got to play Mahomes at some point.
Absolutely.
No.
So get his old ass off the field. Commanders.
Yeah.
Hey.
Right. I don't see that moving any type of needle for them at all. I think they're still in the same situation that they were for the last 6-7 years, which is they're going to break 500 and they're going to lose in the playoffs if they even get there.
I gotta say, I feel like I agree with that take. The Steelers, honestly, I don't know what they are doing at the quarterback position, man. They, for whatever reason, they just like to play hot swap and play tag with their quarterbacks. Last season they had Russell Wilson, they had Justin Fields, who I think we can both agree, I thought Justin Fields could have had a much better season where he really given the reins. I mean, what was he? What were they, like 7-2 or something?
6-2 or something like that. Yeah,
6-2 on the season. Now, granted, the games weren't great, the games weren't pretty, but Fields was winning. And and then obviously they paid Wilson all this money. He's a veteran. He's a seasoned guy. They bring him in. Wilson absolutely does nothing. Looks like dog shit the whole season, except for when he's throwing the go ball to Pickens, who Pickens can't stay out of fights. So and they ended up letting Pickens go. So it's just like, I'm not sure what the Steelers are doing right now, and this move kind of confirms that for me. The Steelers kind of look like they don't know what they want to do, especially with this Aaron Rodgers move, man. A 40 plus year old, and I'm not sure why all these teams have this notion that Aaron Rodgers is the savior of your franchise, and you're doing things like bringing him to your team, and then you're trying to bring all his old teammates to the team as well. And I think we got to get to a point where we say Aaron Rodgers was good, but maybe not anymore. It's a different league, man. It's a different, it's a new era, man. It's a new stars like Lamar Jackson, Allen, Mahomes. Those guys have taken the reins, man. Let's be honest. So this move didn't make sense to me, but it happened. Aaron Rodgers is a Steeler, and he's a washed up old hag. I gotta be honest, man. I tend to agree with that. We got a Commanders fan in here too. Y'all got yourselves a good quarterback. JD5, legit. Just keep that man protected. JD5 is one of them ones. But listen, man, I wanna highlight something else as well while I still got you here, man. The Steelers quarterback room is actually a little bit interesting because they do have one of our alma mater, Will Howard. And a lot of people are seeing a lot of upside with Will Howard, man. And I feel like he was one of the quarterbacks that kind of went underrated in the draft. Rightfully so. There were a lot of other better quarterbacks than Will Howard if we're keeping it a buck. But Will Howard has been showing out in OTAs, man. The response for Will Howard's performance has actually been really good, man. I know you've got a chance to get some information on that. Can you speak a little bit on this Will Howard development?
Yeah, so so one of the things I watched during the draft is, and even post-draft, because of course we're taking in so much Shador information and trying to see how that's going to go during camps and everything else. But two things I want to point out. One, when they picked up Will Howard, I actually really wasn't too upset about it. Now, I didn't think that was going to move the needle or anything like
pure
that.
Butt cheeks. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to move the needle too much, but I do remember seeing this interview. Ben Roethlisberger had advocated for Will Howard. He said he really liked him, and if you think about the stature, size, arm strength, and everything else, not saying Will Howard is Ben Roethlisberger, but Ben Roethlisberger was a big quarterback with a strong arm.
Absolutely.
Will Howard
can move around a little bit too.
Yeah, he can move around a little bit as well too. Will Howard, not the same wheels, but he's kind of got a little bit of that blueprint. I think he's 6'4", 6'5", and for a QB, that's a huge quarterback. And then I know the second thing I want to bring up is in OTAs. Again, we've been talking about Shador, Dylan Gabriel, how all that's been going, but no one's talked about how well Will Howard's been doing in OTAs, and this is before they found a QB. So he's getting all these first-time reps. You know what I mean? I think it's what I got on my phone. It's 31 and 38, 81 completion rate, 11 touchdowns, no interceptions. Like,
absolutely, he been hooping out.
Crazy.
He's been hooping
crazy in OTAs.
Right. He's been hooping.
So if they sign Rodgers to that first year, and he also, real quick, he got to stop thinking that he's Tom Brady, bro. I think that's the problem with Aaron Rodgers. He's not Brady, bro. He's not.
Absolutely not. Aaron Rodgers to TB12 comparison just lets me know you don't know ball.
Yeah, he's not Tom Brady by any means, man. And the league has to stop treating him like he is. But That's neither here nor
the
there.
ayahuasca god. I mean, what is he doing now? What is he doing these days? Drugs.
Yeah,
that's what he's doing.
Exactly, bro. This man wanted to be the vice president of the United States at one point in time, bro. Like we gotta let him do his own thing. But this man Will Howard, I think they may, depending on how he looks, I think they may have found a little bit of a light with him at that QB position. Now I do think, and I'm not a Steelers fan like that. You know what I mean? I support him, kinda. Mm-hmm. But I really like sports. So if I was the Steelers, man, I would actually hope we lose. We have a losing season this season.
Okay.
That way you can get a higher draft pick. Yeah, that way you can get a higher draft pick. The thing with the Steelers is
he's a Steelers fan.
Good enough. the problem with the Steelers is that they're just good enough.
Right.
And why that's an issue is you can't be bad like the Browns because and the Browns have been so bad for such a long time. We're at least able to, now we be fucking it up, but we at least get the second round draft or the second pick of the draft. Sometimes we get the first pick of the draft. You know what I mean? Because we're always bad. You know
always
what I mean?
bad.
The Steelers never get draft picks, and if they do, it's like late first round, like middle second round. Like they need some talent. You know what I'm saying? And
correct.
I think they struggle with. Fuck trying to not have a losing record, bro. Just lose so you can get some dogs, man. Because that's where the dogs are gonna leave at the top of the draft anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The middle of the pack is tough. It's a tough place to be. I see what you're saying.
Right. So they got a decision to make. But I expect the same thing that we've been seeing for the last 6-7 years to happen this year coming up. Not much is going to change. And yeah.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, because there was another move that honestly kind of made me scratch my head. Right.
Okay.
The George Pickens move and bringing in Metcalf. Me personally, I think George Pickens has a lot of upside, but I mean, do you think it could have been a problem? Was it a problem in the locker room? Because I don't think, by no means do I think it was a problem of performance. I mean, Pickens was their number one playmaker on that offense. Let's be honest. Now you bring in Metcalf, who is comp. I'm not gonna say he's not comp, but I don't know how much upside Metcalf has, bro. I mean, maybe I'm talking out of the side of my neck, but I feel like I would take George Pickens, a young George Pickens at that, who can be developed into something really special, kind of over a Metcalf, and it just seems like the Steelers are having this constant theme of bringing in veterans, so to speak, just to stay, like you said, in the middle of the pack, and then not have any draft picks come next season.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. What's your take on that, man? How did you feel about how that transpired? It didn't make sense to me.
So as far as that goes,
they should have never got rid of Pickens. I agree.
I thought they were going to keep both Pickens and DK,
man,
and then draft the quarterback, because that made the most sense to me. But I will say this: there is a trend with the Steelers that no one really talks about. Maybe because we like Tomlin so much that it kind of is. What I'm about to say is probably going to be a bit of a slight to Tomlin as a coach. But if you notice, bro, the Steelers stay with some receivers. They stay with some receivers. You know what I mean? The problem with that is I think Tomlin runs the Steelers like gridiron game and not like a coach trying to really win games. What I mean by that is, but here's what I'm saying. Like, Pickens had an attitude problem, right?
Okay.
And he was their star receiver. Don't that sound like Antonio Brown? Don't that sound like DeAndre Jordan or DeAndre Hopkins or whatever dude's name, Johnson?
Mm-hmm.
Don't that sound like AB? Don't that sound like Ben Roethlisberger? Like, he has these over-talented stars. What's my Chase Claypool, Juju Watkins, or Juju Smith-Schuster, whatever?
Yep.
It's the same story with all of these guys. So, yeah, they do a great job of developing talent, but they do a horrible job of managing egos and keeping the main thing, or in the Steelers' way of saying things, the standard is the standard. But
Right.
what's the standard?
What's
You know
the
what I mean?
standard?
So I think when I look at Pickens, does he have over the top talent? 1,000%. But he has the same issues that AB has.
Personality.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. Like, he does all this crazy stuff on the field, both good and bad. Bad meaning, like, bro, you can't just be face masking people every time you get an issue. You know what I mean? You have a problem.
He was
You know what I
tripping.
mean?
Pickens
Yeah,
was
like-
absolutely tripping. That boy cooking with the
Right.
takes. Absolutely, man. W's for UHaul in the chat, man. Please spam it up. Yes, but I 100% agree, man. It is a constant thing with this Steelers team. I know we might have some Steelers fans in this chat, man. I was one of them myself. I still like the Steelers. Don't get me wrong. I still do like the Steelers, but I'm gonna see what the Browns talking about. But yeah, man, the Steelers making moves that honestly has it's got fans scratching their heads, man. And so we're kind of seeing a pattern, man. So my question to you is, do you feel like it's the change might not need to be players, but is it the coaching staff? Is this a Mike Tomlin issue?
Okay. So now it's a little bit of a crossroad, because if you get rid of him, then who you bring in? Like, I think there is time for there to be a new something there. Like, I hate the Steelers' offense. It's terrible.
Pickens was a king of football.
Their offense is god awful. It's very stagnant. It's very pedestrian, especially when we're seeing
Very much
teams. Yeah, especially when we're seeing teams that like are so inventive on the offense side. Look at, for example, the Commanders, right? The Commanders' offense is so creative, and we're able to see them have a quarterback who can capitalize on the creativity and get everybody involved, and we see a huge turnaround with them offensively. You look at the Cincinnati Bengals. You look at all of these top teams. Cincinnati. You have Houston. Their offense is creative.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Lions, whose offense is creative. We talk about McVay as one of the best offensive-minded coaches we've ever seen. You know what I mean? We talk about Andy Reid. We talk about, McDaniels. Like, there's all of these
Miami.
creative coaches that you see it in their offense. And then you have, like, the Steelers, who play action, deep pass.
It's
run.
very grassroots. Yeah, it's very much 10 years ago football.
Right.
And, you know.
Right. So I don't know if they need a new OC that's young, offensive-minded, or they need a coach that is young, offensive-minded. But
who's their
something
OC now? Is it still Art Smith? Is it still Art Smith?
I thought they
Or is that ship sailed?
I thought they got rid of him. I think the person that they brought in, I could be wrong about this one. But I think he's gone.
Let's find out.
I think he got fired maybe a year or two ago.
Arthur Smith.
But it's not like it's still him.
I think so.
Yeah, cause I mean, they still suck. Man.
Yeah,
I hate watching them play. I hate watching them play football, bro. Their offense is so pedestrian, and that's probably part of the reason why Pickens had an attitude problem. You know what I mean? It's like, I only get the ball on deep routes.
Right.
I can't do a stop and go. I can't do a slant go. I can't do a curl. I can't do a comeback. Nothing like at all. We're not rolling the ball. We're not moving the pocket. There's nothing at all. I'm staying on one side of the field. I can't just get jiggy with play actions or motions behind the line of scrimmage before the play, like nothing. Yeah. You know what I mean? It kind of seems like they're going to throw the ball deep down the field during possessions where we all know they're going to go deep.
They have to. They do it when they have to, right? Right.
So it's, I don't know. I can understand from a player's perspective having an issue, but again, that goes right back to the coaching. Like, what do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's just my little bit of 2 cents.
Look, man. Hey, well, the Steelers, they got to figure it out, man, because your boy, we back with them Browns, dog pound, baby. I know I'm a fair weather fan, but it's my choice. So live with it. Live with it. But anyway, man, the Steelers, apparently they feel like they have their quarterback. You know what I mean? They feel like they have their quarterback. Who I guess only time will tell, man. Only time will tell. But this guy's had a whole lot of time in the NFL, so Might not be too much to tell. But anyway, man, U-Haul, man, thank you so very much for coming in, man, and blessing us with your expertise, man. Couldn't have asked for a better expert analyst, man. W's in the chat for U-Haul, man. Fuck the Browns. Come on, man. The Brown slander, I'm gonna allow it. I'm gonna allow it because it's been like 26 years. Get your shit off.
Bulls and drink. That's all I gotta say. Bulls and drink.
Bulls and drink, man. Houston is definitely they doing something crazy down there. Something in that water. It might be medicine. But anyway, look, man. Steelers got Aaron Rodgers, man. Bulls and drink, baby. U-Haul, once again, thank you so much, man. I'm gonna let you get back to your evening, man. I hope you have a good one. And you listen, man. We're definitely gonna be bringing U-Haul back on, man. You're gonna get the hottest sports takes here. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna only be at G3SN, baby. I'm your host, Ice G3X. Shout out to U-Haul, man. And with that, we have one more segment for you, U-Haul. Thank you so much, man. I'm gonna go ahead and
absolutely. I appreciate y'all.
All right, man. Good shit from U-Haul, man. Good shit from U-Haul. Okay. Now, our last topic of discussion this evening is one that's very near and dear to my heart because it is I know somebody who's on a personal journey, U-Haul, absolutely, on a personal journey to try to become a professional driver. You know what I mean? It's something that not many people can say they do, but it's something that it's like working out. You know what I mean? You got to build that callus. So this segment was inspired by probably one of the greatest racing movies of all time. Don't quote me on that. But if you ain't first, you're last. Today, we're going to actually be checking out some racing highlights, man. We're going to get in our racing bag a little bit, okay? And what I want to let you guys know is that racing is actually a pretty tough sport. I know firsthand. I mean, my friend knows firsthand how tough it can be. You know, you don't just come in winning. Everybody thinks you just turn the game on and you start winning and you can drive on dirt and you can do all these cool things because you just wanted to play the game and they don't teach you how to press square and all this other types of shit. I digress. It's an actual tough sport, man. It takes a whole lot. And what we're gonna see is things can go good and things can go bad, man. So we're actually gonna look at some of the most craziest highlights in the NASCAR realm, man. So listen, sit in, get comfortable in your seats. Get ready to shout out to Jerome. Nah, Jerome don't get no love. Jerome gets no love. Listen, man, get comfortable. It's NASCAR. It's NASCAR time, baby. It is NASCAR time, baby. We are getting ready to check out some highlights. Now, obviously, one thing to know, none of these wrecks are fatal, okay? Somebody might have got a couple bumps and scratches. Twitch, don't go crazy on me for this. These are all safe, actions. These are sanctioned races. If you're going to blame anybody, blame NASCAR. Don't blame me. You know, I ain't got the bread, okay? But anyway, man, let's get into some NASCAR highlights, man. This is going to be pretty exciting. So here we go, man. This is some of the craziest crashes of all time. Is off into the infield. So let's actually get into it, man. Let's actually get into it. You can see this is a sport that's not for the weak. Okay, I would know. But look, man, when you get in that road, it's listen. I know personally when you get in that corner, when you look at this shit. Okay.
The 11 gets.
For everybody who said, "Oh, NASCAR. All you do is just turn left. All you do is drive in a big circle." So you could do this right here. You could do the hold on, because you don't see me. You could do this right here, where it's 15,000 cars all stacked up on top of each other. Y'all can't even drive on I-70. Y'all can't even drive on the highway. You probably don't got your L's right now. I mean, I'm wanting to talk. But listen, this is real sports, man. We're going to learn that. We're going to learn you something today. I promise you. And this is how crazy it can get. Look at this. It's a chain reaction, too. Oh, my.
Airborne, and he just gets projected off the other cars right up into the fence.
Like I said, everybody was safe after the fact, man. NASCAR does a great job, but this is crazy stuff, man. This is crazy stuff. Oh, my gosh. This is crazy stuff.
Wow. Like Boris said, got into
you got to understand, too, when you're watching these type of events, they're going way faster than what you actually think. Okay, so it looked like they just all cruising, you know what I mean? But when you get to turning going 120 miles an hour, yeah, you're gonna see something. You're gonna see something. So listen, this is a rollout of what not to do as a pro racer. I'm gonna make sure I let my homie know what not to do. You know, I mean, I've done the tape. One thing you don't want to do is hire people for $20 to work on your engine. Some people would say it just doesn't make sense. Not me, but hey. Not me, but hey. Sheesh. That's what happened when you ain't got no turn, you ain't got no give in the joint. You ain't got no give in the joint.
Let's take a look. I think you're going to see him get loose the minute he turns down into the corner.
Yeah, and he's man. And that thing just absolutely.
I will guarantee you that impact was.
I think we've scarred everybody enough for today. Now you see how real this is, okay? Miss Joy, you see that this is actually, you know, it's tough. Okay, I wanted to illustrate that point with that. But now we're gonna look at some close finishes too. We're gonna look at some close finishes, and then we're gonna get into some F1, man. That's the goal. That is the goal. You know, for any racer, is to get all the way to F1. So let's look at some crazy finishes, man. We got to study the tape. If you're gonna do anything, you gotta study the tape.
Busch, defensive line into turn 1. There's something wrong with the 18.
Okay, so we watch it. You know what I mean? Shout out to Malik. You got to stay on the inside wall. Stay on the inside wall. But at times, you just can't help it. You got to maintain.
Dangerous spot on the track for Kyle to be sideways. Looks like he gets off to the guardrail. No caution yet. Here's the race for the lead.
It come down to this. When you're behind the wheel, it's just you and the other driver. No, he's on him. You got to get in there. Okay.
Will the 9 help him? Everybody's in the grass.
I got my money on number 2. I'll be honest with you. I don't see how he can catch him. I don't know, man. He might be on him. He on his ass. I ain't gonna lie. Pause.
Keselowski's got a problem. Trying to stay with Ambrose. 2 final corners. Do they use the bumpers?
Wow.
A nudge, a push. Can Ambrose
look at this shit. Look at this shit. Dirty racing. It's acceptable. Dirty racing is acceptable. They say it's just plastic on the outside anyway.
Marcus Ambrose is going to win at Watkins Glen in a remarkable last lap turn of events.
Okay. Some good drives. Some good drives right here. We watch one more. Then we go F1. See, one thing I gotta do, I gotta learn like, I gotta learn the racing lore, you know what I'm saying? I can't expect to beat great and I don't know the greats. I don't know any of these racers, but I know they moving. I know that much. Carl Edwards, okay. 22, and who is that, 60? Ooh. Oh my, I know they fought after this. I know they fought after this. We have to throw. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? No. Not when I had the lead. Not when I had the lead. Bro, what? I know they threw hands after this. Nigga, what? Look at this. Look at this. He did it on purpose. He cooked him. I'm taking notes. Taking notes. Oh man, and then it got nasty after. It got nasty after. Okay. Damn. Okay. Listen. Now you understand. Now you understand what's going on with this racing business, okay? And to be number 1, it's gonna take a whole lot of work. It's gonna take a whole lot of work. So, right before we get into our next segment, man.